Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Digital Learning Department of Collegiate Education. I am Asha KR, Assistant Professor of English. In this session, I am teaching General English for first semester BCom students. Today's topic is D.H.Lawrence and 20th century poetry. After this session, you will understand the background of the 20th century poetry and be familiar with D.H.Lawrence and his poetry. First and foremost, let us see the characteristics of 20th century modern period. It was an age of interrogation and anxiety as there was scientific revolution which shook man's faith in the authority of religion and church. It was also a period of two world wars that occurred in 1914 to 1918 and again in 1939 to 1945. The poetry of this period was revolt against tradition. The modern poets who were called as Georgian poets, namely Walter D. Lamere, D.H. Lawrence, W.B. Yeats, and T.S. Eliot, wrote about the devastation, chaos, dissatisfaction, and loss of spirituality modern man was facing in this period. 20th century or modern period saw major revolution in technology, innovations, growth of industrialization and establishment of cities led to materialism and competitive spirit among men. In this period, industrialization and urbanization also led to migration of villagers from village to industrial towns, causing disintegration of the village community. With this background, let us learn in detail about D.H. Lawrence, who was the prominent poet of 20th century. David Herbert Lawrence was born in Eastwood, England in 1885. He was English novelist, poet, playwright, and critic who belonged to working class. D.H. Lawrence revolts against mechanical force of industrialization and materialism in many of his literary works. D.H. Lawrence's poetry show a natural rebellion against industrialization, urban society that was undesirable or frightening, and hatred of modern capitalist society which was immersed in the collective madness of materialism. Coming to the prescribed poem Money Madness, written by D.H. Lawrence, was published in 1929 in the collection Pansies. The poem deals with the materialistic perspective of fellow human beings. The poem is criticism of the consumerist materialistic culture of human beings. The poet D.H. Lawrence portrays money as something which makes us mad and causes pain, and also has something which enslaves and degrades us. It depicts how money separates people from each other and how its absence terrifies them. Let us see the poem in detail now. The poem begins as money, I quote, "Money is our madness, our vast collective madness." The poet says money is object of our madness. Each and every individual is mad after money. So he calls it as vast collective madness, as everyone is affected by it. He explains when many people are mad, how can an individual not get affected? He says each person carries a grain of insanity or madness with him. Stanza 2 begins, I quote, I doubt if any man living hands out a pound note without a pang, unquote. Here, the poet explains man's fear of losing money. If a man has to give away 1 pound note, he feels pain. This pain becomes a shocking tremor of an earthquake if he has to give away a 10 pound note. More the money, more he feels worried and anxious. In stanza 3, the poet says, money has the power to bring us down. It creates tremor among men. I quote, we quail, money makes us quail, it has got us down. Unquote. The poet complains that money has the power to make us submissive. It has the power to make us fall on its feet. Here, the poet refers money as being powerful, and this power of money is fearful and cruel. To recap, dear students, in this session we have seen background of 20th century modern poetry and the theme of the poem Money Madness written by D.H.Lawrence, which is a reaction against modern consumerist world that is based on material wealth and modern man's obsession with money. In the next session, we will see the poet D.H. Lawrence's views on modern man's greed for money. Thank you.